The 11th Parliament held its first sitting on the 24th of May this year with the election of the speakers and has since been involved in some legislation. Now, members of the 11th Parliament say they have had little to do since most of the pending legislation from the 10th Parliament was rendered redundant by Parliament.
On those accountability committees do execute their mandate because they are redundant, they are just waiting for Auditor General's report, and all other previous years were anonymously passed without being debated, not even being scrutinized by accountability committees.
When it lapsed, that meant that we did not carry over any business. This is why, yes, we are there working, but not seriously as we would have been working.
When you look at all the other papers we have had, response from the minister on such an issue, response from the prime minister on such an issue, yet we must have business from the executive.
The MPs say that parliamentary committees have also been limited, and until Thursday last week, government had not presented any bills to the House.
But we have begun on a slow pace because of a number of reasons. But maybe, as Muslims say, inshallah, we shall stabilize and continue with the business.
Some people are put in committees in which they do not have interest or they do not have expertise, but otherwise working in committees would be the best. Every member of parliament would get a chance to air out what they want.
The perspective of work, because of COVID, we have not been so much engaged. But now situation is normalizing and the committees are working, and now we have bills being brought.
When it comes to the floor of parliament, sittings have been limited to 100 MPs due to the COVID-19 pandemic. This has led to members of parliament competing for the attention of the speaker.
And in this case, the older members have an advantage over us, the new ones. Because as you know, some of the members in parliament have been here since the 7th parliament.
The chambers, the limited numbers. A party like NRM with so many MPs in parliament, each person must attend once in a week. So even generation of ideas from members itself, you come once in a week, another week you are off. Even if you have a good idea, you cannot come because you are not on schedule.
When you stand up in a debate at the start, then you'll be able to have a higher chance. If you decide to try to catch the speaker's eye towards the end of the debate, it is very difficult. You can easily catch it at the start of a debate.
Is that we are attending parliaments in shifts. So at least the number is kind of managed, and this gives room for everybody to speak. But the two speakers have really tried to balance.
I get a chance to catch the speaker's eye. I don't know, it is about persevering. It is about keeping on standing and sitting. Because on a number of times, I've kept on standing and sitting, I've sat and stood, but then never got a chance.
For some new members of parliament, it has been a process of learning on job experience.
Then you begin with that business, and even the new members are properly inducted. They get to know how parliament proceeds, how you process bills, how you process parliamentary business, and business moves on.
And therefore, the older persons will most likely catch the speaker's eye because the speaker knows that such a person is very knowledgeable when it comes to the procedural matters in the House. Such a person is very knowledgeable when it comes to issues to do with finance, But I think that with time, as we new members begin to present our issues, we will be able to build that capacity.
While most of the bills at Parliament are brought to the House by the government, members of Parliament have been urged to introduce private members' bills so as to keep the House busy. Juma Kiria, NTV.